Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
Time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the rising enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Whoa, I don't.
Episode 80, the best episode like Buccaneers, Tom Brady. The best episode like Rap, Eminem, Slim Shady. The best episode like the best dish, Parmesan, grated cheese. Yeah. Episode 80, here we are.
Wow. Can you believe? So let's just reflect real quick. This is a landmark moment. I felt also very uncomfortable. I was just beatboxing for no reason. I thought we were diving into something. It's okay. I was dipping my toes in, but the water was too cold. So
were you beatboxing? Because I honestly couldn't hear it. It didn't pick up on my end. So I just thought you were doing like a silence for the sake of comedy.
Oh my gosh. That's even better. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to listen back to that.
I would have kept going if I would have known.
Oh, no, it's all good. Maybe we'll do another. I'll do a little bit louder, and we'll maybe like end the episode with a beatbox session. But last episode we had a rap. Anyways, I just wanted to reflect. I'm feeling nostalgic. I'm feeling warm and fuzzy. Can you believe? Now we've sat down 80 times. 80 times. Can you think about if 80? Can you visualize 80? Like 80 objects. Can you imagine a plate in front of you with 80 chicken nuggets from McDonald's, or 80 dipping sauces, or 80 milkshakes, 80 spiders, 80 lobsters, 80. That's how many times we've done this show, and it's feeling pretty cool that we keep making it.
Every time you listen to an episode, a rat dies. You've killed 80 rats. You have killed 80 rats. Wow.
Yeah.
And their souls are transported into the audio waves of this podcast. You can kind of hear them if you listen real carefully. You can hear 80 little rats.
So this podcast is kind of like Poltergeist, but they're rat ghosts.
They're rat ghosts. Yeah. Yeah, rat ghosts. Rat ghost, woohoo. I don't know why that went to the DuckTales tune. Rat ghost, woo. Rat ghost. Instead of a bunch of ducks, it's just these ghoulish, pale, opaque rats. And they just go on adventures into they're in the spirit realm, but they transport to the human realm, and they haunt the other rats. Maybe there's ghost rats in the sewer.
Oh,
and they haunt the other rats. Like it's one of those shows where it's just the rats talk. It's pretty much dumb, but it's, I don't know. What's a show where animals talk? You know what I'm talking about? Like PB&J Otter. Movie. Yeah, it's like PB&J Otter, but if PB&J Otter were being haunted by ghost otters or something.
By rat. Yeah. No, I'm thinking just they should make another, Disney Pixar movie. And how they have Ratatouille, which is really good. So they should do Ratatouille 2, the sequel, but it has nothing to do with the original movie. It's just about like giant, nasty sewer rats in New York City being haunted by other ghost rats, but then they all become friends, and then they realize that the concept of reality and the fine line between it and wavering, and then it gets all existential, and it gets really like meta, and it ends up just being like who's the guy who did Holy Mountain? And
Holy
just like a really
diver.
crazy, yeah. Holy diver.
Maybe Ratatouille was making rat soup. He turned on his own kind, and that's how they became ghosts, was because they want vengeance. So they're coming back to haunt Ratatouille.
Can you imagine, just real quick, can you imagine, let's say you work at Pixar, right? You finally got your dream job. You work at Pixar. You go into a storyboard session and you pitch this idea of Ratatouille killing his friends and family and making them into the soup, and then they haunt him. Can you imagine the looks on people's faces? That would be just so priceless. I would pay every bit of money to be in that room while that happened.
Yes. What are some other good ideas we could pitch to Disney? Because Ratatouille's golden. That's golden.
Ratatouille 2.
Rip. Rest in pieces.
Rest in
Rat in
Ratatouille.
pieces. Rats and I don't know. Ratatouille. Wow.
Ratatouille. Yeah. I was thinking
good.
you get your dream job at either Pixar or Disney as a storyboard writer. They're really impressed, and then you go in and you only pitch really weird rat themed things. Like, you never stray away. You're like, okay, that's a great idea, about a talking boat or whatever, but what about a rat? Let's make the character a rat.
Let's make it. Okay, imagine Woody and Buzz Lightyear, but Buzz Lightyear's a rat.
That's so great. Just every time they're like, wait, we're trying to make Toy Story 5. No. They're all the same character, but they're all rats.
You have the Slinky Dog, and both halves of them are rats. You have the baby's head with the spider legs, but the rat legs on a rat head.
Yeah. They're all rats. It's the rat story.
It's the Rat Story 1. You got the
So
army
it's Toy
rats.
Story.
Wow.
Toy Story, but they're all rats. So that's just the premise. It's,
They're all little rat toys.
Oh my god. So Andy is the character.
He's a human rat. He's cosplaying rat.
I was gonna say he's a weird rat kid. There's those weird people who have rats as pets. Do you? I've known some people who've had pet rats, and I think it's strange when people have like pet rats. I mean, I'm not bashing on anybody who has like a pet rat or anything. I don't want to be, because this is a safe space. This is we're cool with anybody in any hobbies, like that. But for me, I don't quite understand.
I'm not okay with it. Here's what I'm not okay with. Okay, here's your pets. You're in America. Here's your pets. You get dog, you get cat. If you're in like elementary school, you get a fish. And if you're eccentric, you get a bird. Those are your pets. No gerbils, no hamsters, no ferrets. They'll smell. They're weird. They're not even, no. You just pick them up and you look at them. It's like, I can hold like a meatball and you have the same amount of affection for it, probably more. And it's like the same size as a hamster. I don't know. They're not pets. They're paperweights. They're ornaments. They're not pets.
Yeah, I agree. It's very strange when people have like either rodents or snakes or spiders as pets. Like really strange things. What's also a really weird pet? Weirder than anything else. People have chinchillas. So if you think of the concept of a chinchilla, it's this very expensive, like weird rat, like desert rabbit thing. And they're really expensive. I feel like they're like $700, like as much as like a purebred, like golden retriever or something. And I don't really think they do much. I think they kind of just sit in their cage. So the concept of people owning chinchillas still to this day confuses me more than anything.
Are they smart chinchillas? Because here's I think my baseline is, if you call its name, does the pet know its name? Because a cat can know its name. A dog can know its name. I think smart birds, they can definitely know their name. But a fish, no. A hamster, no. A ferret, no. Gerbil, no. I think that's my baseline. Can you name it and will it know it? Can you name it and you know it? It's a pet. If you can name it and you know it, it's a pet. If you can name it and they know it and they really want to show it.
Clap, clap. So, that's brilliant. You're a very smart man, John. And it's true. I think that's a very easy standard. Because I kid you not, if you have a lizard, it's probably not going to know its name. I feel like a lizard is essentially just like a scaly, cold-blooded bug. You know, it's just like a little, like a step above that.
Oh, sorry. The lady came home.
Oh.
Wow, there's pizza on the counter. You're welcome. Yeah. It's like if your cousin has a lizard, and it's like, hey, cuz, what's his lizard's name? It's Bernie. You open up the cage. Hey, Bernie. If it just sits there and stares at the wall, it's not a pet, and you can therefore open up the window and throw the lizard out. Mm-hmm. Get here, Bernie. Come back when you know your name's Bernie.
Bernie the lizard. It's perfect. Man, I think like I have an appreciation for animals too. I really want to make that clear. You know, animals are cool. I can appreciate them. It's the same thing. Would I have, you know, I love penguins, for instance. Like I really like penguins. Would I have a pet penguin? Probably not, because it's a bird, and it probably would be weird. Like after, all it would take is one morning, you know, getting up, making a cup of coffee, and I turn around and there's like a penguin waddling in my house. That'd probably freak me out if I like didn't really know. And well, that's why I like dogs and cats. You know, they can free roam in your house. It's fine. Do you really want a lizard or chinchilla running around your house? It's like they're gonna like chew up wires or crawl into like weird spaces, or they'll bite you just straight up, like ferrets and things like that. So I don't know. I want to be open-minded to people's pets, but I am in the same thing as you, where it's like I think a cat and a dog and, you know, maybe like a fish. Some people have birds. Birds also kind of scare me a little bit.
They are kind of creepy creatures. Yeah. But your penguin thing, it got me thinking. Okay, do you remember the movie Raising Arizona? I think, was Nick Cage in that? Someone was in it.
I think that was his like big role. I've never seen Raising Arizona, but I've heard it's like it's a really good movie.
So I'm just thinking of that vibe. I don't know. I've only seen the box of it. I think it's kind of like they're in a trailer or a, you know, little Arizona house or something. I imagine someone getting a pet penguin somehow. Maybe they inherited it from a relative, and they're in Arizona, and they're trying to make. The movie is about them making their house penguin friendly. So they just have like butter all over the floor, because penguins, they're used to slippery ice. So now they got slippery butter and margarine and Crisco all over the floor. And then they just have like a above ground kiddie pool in their living room, so it can swim around in that. It's just a really weird movie about these people who don't know how to take care of penguins in Arizona.
That was really fun. I would definitely cast Nick Cage as the main role too. Like him just being like, what do I do with all these penguins? You know, and just like very apathetically just trying to figure out what to do with like 20 or 30 penguins.
And maybe he's making eggs and he cuts some butter and he's about to put on the pan, but it slips and falls on the ground, and he sees Hubert, the penguin, come over and kind of slip on the butter, and he looks like he's having fun, and that's how he gets the idea to just melt butter and Crisco all over the floor. He's like, oh, Hubert likes it. Okay, and there's a whole scene of him just priming his floor with melted Crisco butter. And
I like that.
It's not a good movie, but
Hubert the Penguin is something I would pay money to see. If it's just Nick Cage and he's buttering his floors so that his friend penguin. I only would watch it though if the penguin is narrated by like Danny DeVito or somebody who has like a really, just like a Danny DeVito presence. I feel like that would be the movie that would sell more than like Dark Knight or any of the Marvel movies or Star Wars, is a Danny DeVito voiced penguin and Nick Cage, and they're living in a house in Arizona. Hubert the penguin, another great one.
And here's the plot twist. At the end of the movie, the penguin gets back on the mothership and goes back to his original owners, which were aliens that came to the planet a few years before looking to explore, discover, and they went to one of the poles that has the penguins. I think it's south, north, who knows, who cares? And they get a penguin and they realize this, I don't think this is a human, and so they put it back. But after all the experiments they did something to where it sounds like Danny DeVito, because maybe Danny DeVito got abducted before that. And they kind of did one of those things where they put the helmets on the penguin's head and Danny DeVito's head, and the electricity goes back and forth. So maybe Danny DeVito, his consciousness is in the penguin. So now the penguin sounds like Danny DeVito, and he gets dropped off back on Earth. And maybe there's got to be a reason why he doesn't say anything to Nicolas Cage the whole movie, because he could. Maybe they wipe his memory. Maybe some weird... I don't know. We'll keep brainstorming the Danny DeVito penguin in Arizona being raised by Nicolas Cage with butter all over the floor and a little kiddie pool in the living room. We'll keep workshopping that. But
I think we should.
I think we're off to a good start.
I think we are. Just another brilliant brain baby. Just like,
Cluck, cluck. Yeah, raisin brain.
Raisin
brain chicken.
Raisin Cane's is really good. I had it for the first time. I think I'm going to have it again when I'm down in San Diego next week, because they don't exist up here. I was going to say, actually I've lost my train of thought. I had a really good point. It's gone. Probably because, probably just because I was thinking about, all at once I was thinking about Raisin Cane's chicken. I was thinking about a penguin with Danny DeVito's face. I was thinking of this movie, and it just completely threw me off. And I had a really good point, but that's okay, because there's always lots of fun things to talk about. Power Pack Podcast. Ooh, I did have another thing we could pivot to. I heard we can go into the Butter Bowl because we've got a couple of savory, buttery questions.
We do. And also the Polynesian sauce. Got it. It's dope. Okay, here's a question.
Dude, wait. First, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. I'm doing the clap, when people are like, okay, and they clap their hands. You got to tell me about the Polynesian sauce. You got to tell me what do you think of it? What do you like you putting it on?
I so far have dumped it on French fries. I've dumped it on ham and eggs. I've dumped it on noodles and chicken. It's just good. It's good. It's good.
I'm so happy. To hear that. All I wanted for Christmas this year was for John and Charlene to get a bottle of Polynesian Chick-fil-A sauce. And my Santa dreams have come true. I wrote to Santa every day, even right now in July, and I said, "You bring my friends that Polynesian sauce."
Polynesian sauce.
Yeah.
Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian sauce. Thank you for letting me know, and I'm glad you got it. Sounds like out of those food things you mentioned, we'll go on the Butter Bowl in a second, but of those food things you mentioned, which one was your favorite Polynesian combo?
It's hard to say because they were all really good. Like, it's just good. It turns a frown upside down. It's like when you, how do I describe this sensation? It's just perfect. It's like, it's just nice. That's all. It's sometimes nice is all you get. It's just nice.
It's nice. Well, that's good. I'm glad you like it.
It's like being curled up with Shaquille O'Neal eating Hot Pockets watching a Goofy movie. It's just nice.
That sounds real fun. You know what? By the way, this isn't related. When I come visit eventually, or vice versa, maybe that's when we'll watch Goofy movie and we'll do one of those reaction videos. We'll watch the whole Goofy movie and we'll do a full reaction video of Goofy movie. We'll have to figure out logistics, how we can stream it on the screen and that. But I think people may or may not watch that, but I think it's worth doing.
And it should be a legit reaction video to where we just watch it like normal. Not one where people hype things up like, oh, I can't believe this. Whoa. And they like pause the movie every 5 seconds. We legit just watch it in silence.
That's even better. Just sit there and you
just our
JJ Fresh reaction.
True reaction.
True reaction. Just sit there and not say one word and just stare at the screen. Yeah, that sounds fun.
And maybe halfway through, one of us falls asleep.
Wake up.
Oh, power lines on. Oh, okay. Stand out above the ground. All right, so a butter dome bowl thing. Butter bowl. There we go. This is from Crumb again. When you write your instrumental songs, what comes first? The song or the title? What is your process? Oh.
Is that
also on the back of my Gmail? It's a sandwich, and I don't know why. Like, you can pick themes. Like, for some reason, the background of my Gmail on Power Pack Podcast is like a burger or something. I see like a big slice of meat and close-up of bread. Yeah. It's really weird.
Oh, I set that a long time ago when I set up the account for us.
I just noticed it.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, because I can't even get into it. Well, maybe I just haven't gotten into it in a while, but I set it up a while ago as like a sandwich or a burger. Because, JJ Fresh at the base of it, really, and who we are, it's all centered around food for the most part. So, yeah, base. It's base. So, question, is that Crumb question for both of us? Or is that, I think it's more applicable. We can... I feel like you should shine on that more because you've been making instrumental music for far longer than I have. You've been at it since 2015, 2016 is when you started doing these projects in Mr. Mutiny?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, why don't you go first? I want to hear your inspiration. Mine's probably not as good, so I want to hear yours.
I don't know. It depends, I guess. Sometimes I have a name and I'm like, this is what it sounds like. I'm trying to think of a song that was like that. Voyage of Karsh. I had the name before the song. It needed to be like a little, just a little ditty. I don't know. What was another one? Middle name Danger. I had the name before the song. I was like, this needs to be like a cool, upbeat. Yeah, go get him. Oh yeah. Sometimes I have like prototype names. Like Sewer Party was Raw Chicken before, and I was like, we were cooking chicken and it just took forever because it was a big fat piece, and it took like 2 hours to cook, and I was so mad because I didn't eat till like 8:30 that night, and I was working on a song that night, and I just called it Raw Chicken, but it changed because I'm not going to name a song Raw Chicken. So tell me, you have little fillers sometimes. I don't know. There's not really a process.
I like it. I'm going to have to listen to that song again and now think about Raw Chicken. By the way, I don't want to embarrass you, but your new EP is like, I imagined if I were to scoop, I imagine I have a big tub of Crunchy Crock right in front of me, like a 1 pound tub, and I've got 2 warm spoons, and I scoop up 2, and I just immediately press the butter into my ears, and then just dribble down my earlobes, and just that's what it felt like listening to Sewer Party. It was great. It was cool seeing Chupadero on there. I know I've heard that one. I know that one, so that was cool. I got a little inside scoopy. And it was a magical experience. So I recommend anybody listening to this right now, pause the podcast, go to Spotify, save yourself that Sewer Party playlist. Save it, listen to it. It's 3 songs. It's low commitment, but it's 100% return of investment for your time.
But it's not as creamy as Daddy's lo-fi jams. I mean, it's like getting some Pillsbury Ice and kind of putting it between your butt cheeks and just kind of pressing, and it's so creamy, and it just comes out of all the different.
So gross. Such a gross. I really, I hope anybody can listen to my music, but please, for the love of God, please don't. I'm asking people, don't do this while you're listening to my music. Or you can, just don't tell me about it.
It's a waste of good icing. You put that on cake.
Yeah, put that on cake, not between your butt cheeks. Oh, can you imagine? Okay, this is the part that kind of scares me. Somebody goes to the grocery store and they buy, their like cereal and their milk, and they just put down that thing of Pillsbury cream cheese frosting, and they're already thinking about doing that, and then it's awesome. In the car in the parking lot, they download the Josh Karsh lo-fi album, and then they get home and they close the blinds and lock the door. Put on their Bluetooth speaker, and then
got some Limp Bizkit. Or some corn or something. It's just like really just crazy movies.
Yeah. Man, that's wow. But thank you though. Thank you for that. And now just thank you for the hype. I do appreciate it. That visual is just too funny not to comment on. Well, the visual also was really gross. But yeah, I don't know where we're going with this, but just talking about the music. Oh, we were talking about the Chrome question. Song titles, yes. So at least for me, instrumental music is different because I'm used to writing songs that have lyrics and with vocals and things like that. And that is different because usually by the time I write, when I write songs, usually I write like the melody, and I usually start every song by writing the guitar for it. That's always what I do. Guitar is my main instrument. I play a little bit of everything, but guitar is like my main instrument. So I start on that, get the melody, and then I go from there. And with vocals, it's easy because once I come up with lyrics, it's kind of easy to see what the theme is from the chorus, and doing that, all that stuff. But instrumental was different. Instrumental was actually way harder for me to come up with song titles. Because I had to kind of get a vibe, like John, like you were saying, for each song, and almost like, for me, I had to kind of come up with it. I know certain songs had the name sort of already, and then other ones took forever to come up with the names. So I just kind of was like putting stuff where I thought it would make sense and everything, and it was definitely more afterthought for me. But it'll be interesting for my next project, because I'm thinking of doing either another lo-fi album or a singy song album, but either way, we'll see how that goes with that one.
Wow. Magical
yeah.
Boy and his Magical Boy album. Wow.
Magical Boy album. I want to get to the next question, but I really, really want to get the JJ Fresh album done. I can't. It's so funny how Crumb was like, and we joke about it, like we're going to release it on Christmas. And it's so funny because it's been, I think, 3 or 4 Christmases now that have passed, and still no JJ Fresh album.
Well, I have to redo my vocals on a few tracks. I just haven't done it. I'm the worst.
No, I'm same way too. I want to read, because I've taken more, I don't know, not like classes, but I've learned some more stuff, and I have like some new equipment, so I kind of really want to re-record some stuff as well. So I want to keep like the bass in place. That rhymes, bass in place. But yeah, I'm the same way. I need to re-record some stuff, and then like Illtop 9, we got to record everything for it. I just got like the bare bones of the beat, and yeah, so we'll get that going. There's some stuff in place, and I think we're very close to getting it done, and then we'll see what happens. But that was a very fun project. Making JJ Fresh music is one of my favorite things, because you can just do whatever you want with it, and it's fun time.
Yeah, so fresh, so fun, so spicy. Well, that was episode 80, I guess.
This is episode 80, yeah.
Yeah, so let's just abruptly end it.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.